Sanibonani guys, welcome back to yet another video. Guys, let's talk about Pheladi. So Pheladi revealed, you guys, ukuthi okay, fine, girl is divorced. Apparently, or not apparently, she says the age gap between her and her ex-husband is 33 years. 33 years, guys, and the ladies on the table were just like, hi, girl. Not only that, I feel like the ladies were no-key judging Pheladi because Pheladi said ukuthi she does not stay with her two kids. Her two kids stay with the father because the father is retired. And obviously, there were people who were just like abo happy. They were saying in their diary session, ukuthi ushiya kanjani ingane, like how do you leave your children to stay with the baby daddy and whatnot. Now, it looks like Pheladi's life, guys, is dramatic. And I feel like, I don't know why, maybe this is on in my head. I feel like she's the example of, like, you know how they always say which when you marry men who are rich and who have money, which it's not your money, it's their money. I feel like her story is something similar to that, because Pheladi says which she walked out of that marriage with nothing. She walked out with no car, with no house, with nothing. And she says to the ladies, listen, the guy, he worked hard for his money, and she feels like she was not entitled to the money. I'm like, girl, that's what he made you think. Yes, there was a time, Uguti, yes, he worked hard for his money to a certain point, but now when he's married to you, the working hard is for both you and him. So what do you mean? But I feel like that man might have been very smart to sign maybe a prenup or something, because what does she mean she did not walk out with anything? And the other woman, the other ladies, abo, who's this girl's name? Who knows? You were saying in her diary session, Pheladi, she's very humble. Now would have never allowed to walk out with anything. Guys, some of these men, indeed, they've worked very hard for their money. Don't think you're gonna go and marry them like that and you're gonna milk them. No, they make sure they've got lawyers. They make sure they cover themselves so that if this situation doesn't work out, they are not going to be missing out on much. And that time when you're staying with them, and you depending on them, when in life you're not starting any businesses, you're not advancing in terms of your academic life. By the time you're out of that marriage, it literally feels like you're in a worse off state than when you actually came into this marriage. So that situation is kind of sad. She also does say something, guys, Pheladi, where she goes, Mrs. J invites her to her house, and she says she's not on good terms with God because she feels like God has favoritisms and she feels like God doesn't see her. I feel like there's a lot of, I don't want to use the word bitterness. I feel like there's a lot of hurt that is like that Pheladi like doesn't show. Because I mean, when you get to a point, guys, where you feel like God has favoritisms, it's a hard thing. It's kind of like, oh God, but you can come through for other people, but you can't come through for me. So I really hope we get to see more of that side, because I think a lot of people can relate to going through situations in life where you just feel like God is just you're just not God's favorite. But let's go back to the issue of the kids, guys, because that's the thing. I see a lot of people on social media, they're just like, I'm judging Pheladi. How can she make the kids stay with the father? I'm just like, please. Please, please, please. You know what, Nah? I feel like a lot of women, especially in Pheladi's age, don't have a right to judge her. And I feel like there's this no, okay, let me say what I want to say. I feel like there are some people who are staying with their children in the same household, guys, but they are not present mothers. And they get away with people thinking that they are present mothers and people not judging them just because they stay with their children. Staying with your child doesn't necessarily mean you spend time with your child. Guys, there's so many mothers, they stay with their children in the same house, but they are out each and every weekend. Was there not a time on Mommy season where Happy said she hasn't had time for her children and whatnot? I can't remember. don't quote me on this, I stand to be corrected. But there's a lot of mothers who do that. Then the children stay with their Grammy, or the children are taking care of the nannies while they're gone. So I feel like, please, people must not become hypocritical here, because many of them, a lot of mothers, they are out gallivanting on weekends, weekdays, they are out at work, they are out about doing business, busy with their lives, and they don't spend time with their children. So just because Pheladi's children are not staying with her, it doesn't mean she's less of an active mother. I do get where they come from, Wuti. A child staying with the mother and child staying with the father is not the same thing. But guys, she did say, Wuti, every weekend the children are with her. So I don't see why are people making this a big deal, whereas bona, yes, they staying with their children, but people must stop being hypocritical. But guys, you know what they say sometimes? Sometimes when you see people who are just, a bit mean-ish, they are going through their own things. I have a feeling though Pheladi, she seems fun, she seems authentic, as people say, but I have a feeling there's a lot of hurt that is going on there. And I don't want to say this because I've been saying this throughout, but I'm going to say it. Reality TV shows have a way of revealing things. If you look at the mummies that have left the mobbing club, for me, I feel like they have never left because they just felt like, okay, we didn't, like, my time is up. When Mrs. Mancha, when she left, did she not leave because there was a rumor of, or she left after there was a rumor ukuthi the house she was staying in, which it was rented, it was not their house. She did not come back, possibly because she did not want to account. Uratile didn't come back this season. Could it have been that the reason why she's not coming back this season is because she and her hubby were allegedly going through a divorce, going through stuff? Nah, yeah, what's this girl's name? Ratile's friend, she's I forgot her name. Nunurai. Nunurai, apparently she's also going through things with her husband. So it's like all of them, they leave because of, because when you come to reality TV shows, guys, some things, you live with people and people know you. So I'm really hoping with Pheladi as well, Uguti, this is just going to be a form of her opening up and getting help, because I truly do think there's something there, more than she would like to believe, or more than she portrays it to be on the reality show. Anyway, I hope I'm making sense. You guys tell me your thoughts on this and your analysis on this. Please do make sure you like the video. Please do subscribe. It is absolutely for free of charge, and I'll see you guys on the next one.